There were 9 Ninja Warrior special episodes or miniseries that aired in 2022, and today I will be ranking all of them because while I did like a good chunk of them, others were not very special despite the name. So here's my full ranking of every ninja special from 2022. Coming in dead last is the Australian Ninja Warrior Record Breakers episode, and this really hurts to put on the bottom because I really liked last year's Record Breakers episode. The Record Breakers is the skills episode of Australian Ninja Warrior, and the events that they picked this time were just terrible. I think they wanted the spring forward race to be a little more eventful and a little faster, but it just wasn't. The Super Salmon Ladder was super underwhelming, and they introduced the worst obstacle in the skills episode's history, the Big Dipper Freestyle. Oh my gosh. Every time that event is on an episode of any show, it takes up the most time for no reason, and it's the most cringeworthy, boring, and long portion of the episode. It sucked, and you pile that on with all of the other lackluster events, you get this episode at the very bottom of all of the rankings. When you throw people who don't know what they're doing on a Ninja Warrior course and then edit it in the slower paced style of Ninja Warrior Germany, you get the number 8 spot. Ninja Warrior Germany's celebrity special once again underperformed for me, and there's really nothing they can do about it. It's just never gonna work. Again, these are celebrities. They're not training constantly on Ninja. They even nerfed the course because they know that these people suck at Ninja, and they're still making them run all of these courses. I understand. It's for charity. It's important. It doesn't mean it's good. And in a 3-hour episode, no less, watching people who don't know what they're doing for 3 hours hurts. It was painful. I watched through it twice just to see maybe it would get better. It did not. Number 7 is none other than the American Ninja Warrior Skills Special. I guess I just don't really like skills episodes, which is a bummer because again, I think the skills episodes in A&W, like Australian Ninja Warrior, started really strong, but they just got worse and worse every year. This one wasn't the worst one by any means, but it also just wasn't anything spectacular. For one, cutting back and forth between spring forward tag in between different events really didn't work pacing wise. The event itself also kind of took forever at times, considering that you were just jumping from bar to bar. Big Dipper Freestyle was back. We all know how I feel about that now. I guess the problem I'm having with this is that there are no specific moments to me that really stuck out in my mind and made me think, yes, this deserves to exist. However, it's just not as bad as the 2 below it, so it's in the number 7 spot because I just feel like that's the only place I can put it. At number 6, we have the American Ninja Warrior Family Championship. Now, I'm not gonna lie, was the fluff pieces heavy-handed about the families and were the courses just kind of eh? Sure. Did I have a good time watching it? Yeah, I would say so. This one wasn't perfect. It's quite simply in the number 6 spot because I think that the 5 others were better by a little bit or by a lot. Honestly, what really made it for me was that finale because I really thought that the Beckstrands were going to run away with it. And the surprising results, you know, it made me feel a little something. And I was like, okay, there's a moment for me that sticks out in my head. That's something to remember and something that I can say I had fun watching. Definitely wasn't perfect, but at the end of the day, it wasn't terrible. So it's middle of the pack. Coming in at number 5, we have something with the highest of highs and the lowest of lows. It is the SASUKE 40 Trials. The SASUKE 40 Trials either got me really excited for SASUKE 40 when it happened, or made me lose hope in SASUKE 40 as I was watching. I think the formats were really dumb, having beach flags to be 1 versus 1, having groups of 100 only to not have the group of 100 compete as a group of 100 in the push-up round was really just a mistake, and I don't feel confident in the 2 people that qualified when there were supposed to be 3 people qualifying for SASUKE 40. However, man, was this a ride. For every bad studio segment, there was also a shocking result, there was also a close race on the marathon, or something really entertaining in the tire push event, and it worked. At the end of the day, this was a very mixed bag that had me up here and then had me down here, so right in the middle, number 5 out of 9. At number 4 is the Ninja Warrior Germany 4-Nation Special, or Germany versus the World. I'm not gonna lie, when they announced the full roster, I was so excited because man, this is a stacked group. which is why I was so surprised to see so many people underperform, notably Austin Gray and the entirety of Team Israel. Regardless, this was so nice to see. As someone who watches Ninja Warrior from around the world, it was just really fun. Watching and getting to point people out and say, hey, I saw you in this, I know what you did here, you're a champion and you're a champion from a different country and you're competing against each other. It was fun. At the same time, the course of the actual special was better than the course in Ninja Warrior Germany's finale, which they're supposed to be kind of the same, but the adjustments that they made were better for this competition. Jay Lewis absolutely stole the show, carried Team USA, and that's not to say they did bad by any means, but oh my goodness, there is a clear standout in that episode. Of course, we had some course malfunctions on stage 3, notably Up for Grabs, and that kind of left a bad taste in my mouth. The Australians got a really weird edit to me. It wasn't bad, it was just kind of like, they tried to promote them as the fun ones, and like they are the fun ones, but they also just felt very superficial. And the hosts kept making fun of the English names of the obstacles as if Germany was the ones that named them first, and they're not? How are you gonna make fun of the salmon ladder when SASUKE, who created the salmon ladder, has called it the salmon ladder for years now? It just doesn't make sense to me. At the end of the day, you know, this had its flaws, but it was the first special of the year where I was like, wow, that was fun, that was good. And the 3 above it are just better. Simple as that. Kicking off our top 3, we have the G4 edit of SASUKE 28. G4 is part of the specials list because while it was going to be a series, it got canceled. So now they're just specials. I'm not gonna lie, I hate SASUKE 28. I think it is one of the worst SASUKE tournaments of all time. And G4 made it watchable. There were some awkward parts about it. You know, I think the new guy doing the voiceovers was really trying to fit the style of Challenge, because this was the Challenge version from the UK, just kind of redubbed for America, while also still trying to capture the spirit of G4, so it just led to some weird, like, conflicting emotions and vibes. But for the most part, a lot of the crap from 28 was taken out and improved upon with this edit. The subtitles, I've also been told by my Japanese-speaking friends, were a lot more accurate than old G4, and that's always a great thing. I don't like that it was missing the little icons of obstacles on the side. It made the screen feel naked, given that's what I've been used to on G4 for my entire life. But at the end of the day, like I said, it made a bad tournament pretty bearable, and when I go and rewatch all of my SASUKE tournaments, beginning to end, I will be using this version of SASUKE 28 to watch. At number 2, I'm a feminist. I mistimed that. At number 2 is the A&W Women's Championship. I'm a feminist. I'm not gonna lie, I liked the first Women's Championship better than this one, but I was still very much entertained. I think it came down to the overall results. I think the first Women's Championship was way more competitive overall than the second Women's Championship, but the second Women's Championship still gave us a lot of surprises, a lot of shocks, a lot of really good moments, and that finale on the Power Tower, the rematch between Jessie Labreck and Megan Martin, with Jessie winning this time instead of Megan. Whoo, I had chills. I felt like there was a naturally occurring story on A&W for once, and it just felt right. I am very excited to see what they're doing with the next Women's Championship. I know that they filmed that in Vegas the same time they did A&W 14. So to see how they do on a Vegas course is going to be so fun. I don't really have any complaints about this episode, honestly. Like, no editing flaws, no sob stories, no nothing. It was just competition, adrenaline, and fun. So props to A&W. I think this was their best episode that they put out this year, honestly. And the number 1 special of 2022 for Ninja Warrior is the G4 edit of SASUKE 29. For starters, 29 is above 28 because I think 29 is a slightly better tournament of SASUKE overall, but there are other reasons as well. Everything started to feel a lot more fluid. It felt like with SASUKE 28's G4 cut that everyone was kind of just testing the waters and trying to get comfortable, and with the G4 29 cut, everybody felt more comfortable. The voiceover guy felt way more natural. He felt a lot less forced and less like he was trying. It felt like it just came to him this time. It still felt weird without the obstacle icons on the side, but whatever, you can't win them all. And then of course, I just think 29 is better than 28, so if you combine that with a slightly more put together G4 team, you get a good edit. I had a good time with it. I would probably watch the G4 version of Sasuke 29 over the TBS version of Sasuke 29 now that I have it. Fun fact, this was leaked because this was actually supposed to be Kunoichi 7 and it aired this instead, and we went on a mad dog hunt for that. So maybe it's because I feel happy that I helped get it and find it and bring it to the community and we all get to watch it, but yeah, it's the best one. I'm pretty confident in putting this at number 1. I had a good time with this one, and I really don't have any problems with it besides the lack of obstacle icons. Big whoop. So those are my full Ninja Warrior rankings for all of the specials in 2022. If you agree with my list, awesome. If you don't, that's totally cool. That's your opinion. Comment below what was your favorite Ninja Warrior special from this year. We've only got 2 more videos left in the year, a Sasuke 40 review, and a ranking of every ninja show, the regular seasons of this year. With that, thank you guys for watching me throughout all of 2022, and I look forward to taking us into the new year. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.